Have you ever looked around and wondered if happily ever after is really possible? Do you look around at all of the unhappy people out there, or maybe it's you, and wonder if happily ever after can really only be found in fairy tales? I bet you thought by now you would have made all your dreams come true. Instead, you have a job that barely cuts it. You're just hoping the kids will get a scholarship. Your castle is underwater, and Prince Charming turned out to be not so charming. I'm here to let you know that happily ever after is possible, and I should know because my story has been more like a nightmare. I was born in a fundamentalist religion where I was taught that the sole purpose for my existence was to be a slave to men, and that if I even thought about anything else, I would spend eternity in hell. Well, by the time I was 17, the only thing I wanted from life was to kill myself. I found freedom instead. And in my new life, I did the one thing that probably really annoyed the men in my community. I became an entrepreneur. I was self-sufficient. And then it happened. A couple of years ago, I lost my business. It was a day spa for busy moms like me. And I was devastated. And then my husband lost his business. My kids were diagnosed with learning disorders. My marriage was a wreck. My house went into foreclosure and I was forced into bankruptcy. And I lost everything that was important to me. Everything I thought was important to me. But then guess what? It gave me time to think, lots of time to think. And in that, I created a process that got me from there to where I am today. And where I am today is really, really good. And that's what I teach others. I teach you how to get past the past. The first place to begin is with gratitude. Not that airy-fairy, everything's perfect on the outside, but really it's not. I'm talking about the visceral experience of gratitude that reminds you why life is worth fighting for. It's time for you to turn on your magic powers. It's time for you to know what's really possible. It's time for you to become the hero in your story. I found my happily ever after, and I know that you will too.